Soul shards. Fractured parts of souls tormented to the point of complete disintegration. Soul shards can be spent to unlock new skills of Forge the Damned. The resources we can use during this expedition. We can't bring any of it back to the city with us. Okay. Filth. Yuck. Obtained from gluttony enemies. The resources we have gathered during the expedition. Okay. Same fucking thing. It will be added to our stores after we return to the city. Oh, okay. We'll buy that. 30 pieces of silver achievement. Oh, that's all I can afford. Okay. So now I have that. Controller, please. Got the devil. The pain of existence is unbearable. You don't have to be a resident of hell to experience that. Okay, apply stigma. Can be exploited with other card effects. Deal 10 damage, gain 2 bleeding. But I don't want to bleed. It's like, what's the point of that? But to inflict pain on others is a pleasure. Apparently. You got the medicine I need. Hey, let go love, give it to me slowly. Put your hands on my waist, do it softly. Okay, we need, oh, I don't have any armor. Oh, shit. Oh, I have one block, but that's nice. And my payroll and yours. What? trying to end your pain. 6 damage. Okay, one more. There you go. Okay, so now that happened, let me see here. No, so I guess I already have those cards in my inventory. So the cards that you don't select during the reward phase, you don't get. Okay. Ooh, an elite combat. Finally. Well, let's fight these regular enemies first. Rotten infestation. That enemy looks a little pixelated. What's up with that? The asset on that enemy is like low res. I don't know what's going on. Breaking damage. What's breaking damage? Ignore the shielded effect. Okay. As long as you have armor, you're fine. That's precise. 100% chance to score a critical hit. So crit 4 times. That's a little crazy, isn't it? Two damage, that's nothing. Oh no, there's a delay. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what happened there. There we go. I captured the game too early. Oh, there's a proper ascent. Okay. This is the one that was saying that you can just go back and. Starved vagrant. Yeah, how come the resolution is low? Did I just notice that? All the enemies have low res? Assets? That's just kind of weird. Oh, and then there's this weird thing where you can't control. That motherfucker has 6 counters. It's ridiculous. this first elite combat. Ew, Cerberus. Yeah, I guess all the enemies are like have like low-res assets. I just realized that. But it's funny, like it's kind of blurry. This mouth is blurry, but this mouth is sharp. You know, there's something weird going on. Very odd. It doesn't even give it this, give the enemy the stigma. That's ridiculous. I don't understand how that works. Like stealth, you're not. If a card has stealth, it doesn't fill out the circle bar or the circles on the card. But sometimes the cards would still flip. I don't understand that. See? Yeah, then they flip. Why did they flip? Because all it says is if the enemy has stigma, then gain 3 protection. If enemy has stigma, stealth. That means that it's not supposed to fill out the circle bars, the circle, whatever you call it, circle icons on the cards. But then those cards still flipped. I don't get that. Okay. Okay, so here we go again. Gain protection. If the enemy has stigma, then stealth, right? So I'm gonna select this one. And they flipped. I don't understand why they would flip. It didn't say if enemy has stigma, stealth, but cards will flip or something like that. You know, because sometimes when it says that you have stealth, you just see that they don't fill out the circles, but then the cards themselves wouldn't flip. So it's just very confusing. I don't know what's going on with that. They're supposed to only flip if you fill all of the round icons on each on the individual cards. So if you have stealth, you're not supposed to even fill that. But then why would it just flip? And sometimes not only just one card flip, like multiple card would flip. You know, it's like, is there something? Apparently, there's something going on that I don't know about, or the game is just not following the rule that it's supposed to be following. Okay, so gain 2 counter and then stealth it says, right? So I'm gonna use this. You see that? It didn't fill the circle and nothing's happening to the card. So because I have the stealth ability for that card. Very confusing. Oops. Here we go again. This card has stealth. Yeah, nothing happened to the card. Does it only happen if it's a red card? Is that what it is? If it's a red card, if you stealth a red card, it would flip. Let's see if that's the case. I have to find myself in that situation though before I can test that. So. I'm gonna lose this though. This guy's tough. Okay, so gain 4 counter if enemy has stigma, stealth. Okay, so we're gonna use this one. I think it's only if you use a red card, but I don't remember seeing that in the rule anywhere. Like when we went through the tutorial, I don't think they even mentioned anything like that. So I don't know if that's a real thing. Is it a bug? You know? If you stealth a red card or a red enemy card, all the red cards would flip. I guess it's what I'm seeing, what I'm observing. So I don't know if that's really the case, if that's a bug or what, you know? I just know that we're gonna die if this. We can still do it though. I think it's possible, I suppose. Okay, here we go again. We have 2 cards, right? And then I'm gonna use redemption here. Gain 3 protection, and if enemy has stigma, stealth, right? So I'm gonna use it again. And then the 2 red cards, both of them flipped. So based on my observation, if you use stealth on red cards, all the red cards on the in play would flip. And again, right now, because it was never explained in the tutorial, I don't know if that's a bug or a feature. Because it says right there, a stealth card will not trigger the enemy reaction written on an enemy card if the card would be activated. And then even that explanation, it sounds like you would still, the circle would still be filled, but if that just happens to be the second circle to be filled, the card would not be activated. So unless they, see, I mean, it's like, it's confusing. But what I'm observing is whenever you use that, they just don't get filled at all. So what they should have said for stealth is, the stealth will not fill the card's requirement for activation, instead of saying that the card would not activate if it would have been activated. So we gotta check the developer too. I mean, is this from like a non-English speaking country or something? I mean, is there like a problem in the translation? It's very confusing. So say I'm gonna use this, right? And it's supposed to impact 2 of the cards, but you can see that while I'm highlighting it, I don't even see, like they would usually give you a preview, like a blinking light on the circle to let you know that those circles will be filled. You don't even see that. So no activation at all. I mean, no fulfillment of the requirement for the cards to be activated. So I think that's what they meant, but they're just not explaining it here properly, because it just said it won't not trigger the enemy reaction if the card would be activated. I mean, the way that that's written, it's like if this card is going to fill the second circle for this first one, then that particular effect will not be activated. It would still flip, but it's just that it would not activate whatever that's written on the card. That's my understanding based on that description. But apparently the developer has something else in mind, obviously. Because if I'm using this again, okay, so that's supposed to fill one of the holes, one of the circles, and it doesn't. See? It just doesn't. I think that's what stealth is. They're just not explaining it right. And then if you use stealth on red cards, all the red cards on the field in play would flip. Again, I don't know if this is a bug or what. Maybe somebody already mentioned this in the... I mean, this game was in early access for a little while, right? So, let's type stealth. Yeah, stealth overall was very confusing. Sometimes my stealth would cause enemy cards to flip when they were many pips away from being full. Okay, that's what they call pips. Sometimes my stealth would not cause enemy cards to flip when they were 1 pip away from full. Sometimes the stealth would cause the enemy card to not gain a pip, but no other effect would happen, like just skipping the turn. So... By the way, for all confusing parts of combat, like when does stealth trigger or not, and when each debuff or buff is applied, I think a lot of it could be resolved by adding some kind of combat log. can be pretty difficult to keep up. Loving the game so far. The gameplay loop is really awesome. Just needs some polishing and some metagame features added. So, yeah, this guy is explaining exactly how, you know, the confusion that I have with this whole stealth situation. And this game was in early access for what, like 6 months? I waited for it because it looked so cool, you know, I waited for it until it came out of early access, and apparently people never pointed these things out. See, this is why early access is funny, because like sometimes I would get like these early access games after they have launched, like out of early access, and sometimes I would discover all these like weird little things that is just so annoying or so blatant. They're very annoying and very blatant that it's funny how nobody had ever mentioned it before, you know. It's just, that's why early access I think is a bad thing. It's not, you know, Steam should end the early access program, I think, because it really doesn't do anything, to be honest. The only thing it does is, like, if you really like a particular idea of a game, that you can play it early. You know, I've done that many times now with early access. But even at one point, I told myself that I would never touch an early access game, and that was after Audio Surf was like the early access for like 5-6 years. So, yeah. And Steam, I think Valve they need to put like a limit on early access. Like maximum is 6 months. You know, don't allow these developers to keep dragging like a game for like year after year after year. You know, it's just ridiculous. They need to set a limit. Just say, you know what, we're gonna give you this early access thing so you can get money before the game is even like complete, but you have to finish the game within 6 months. I think that would be great. If I survive this, I'm just gonna return back to the town, because if I'm struggling with this guy, you know. I just need to deal another 25 damage. If I can do that, then... Okay, stealth, right? Okay, let's try it on this. Yeah, it just doesn't activate. It doesn't give you the pip. It doesn't even... yeah. No pip count on that. So, yeah, there's something weird going on with the stealth system. For damn sure. Oh my god, 9 damage. Yes, let's go. Shit, he's gonna gain armor if I use that. Oh, here we go. 8 damage, I think. Yeah. No? Yeah, he didn't even activate. It was supposed to be like... Sacrifice is supposed to be... Oh. Hold on. Let me see here. Sacrifice was supposed to be... Deal damage equal to the stigma value times 2. And that's what I did. But I didn't deal any damage towards him, even though he has 8 stigma. So I was supposed to do 16 damage to him. So because of the protection, maybe? No. Yeah, there's something weird going on there too. Like it's not triggering. Fuck. Okay, we have to use this. Dang. Now he has 22. Oh my god, he has 22 fucking armor. 20 damage. Okay, give me one of those really high damage card. 15 damage twice. Yes, let's go. There you go. Jeez. Relic. Nice. That's pretty good. Yeah, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to survive. I found the lost ark. I found that's what it says on the achievement. I found the lost ark. Yeah, this is definitely like this developer is not from an English-speaking country, I think. I mean, English as first language, or second language even. It seems like like the weird misspelling and, you know, like these confusing descriptions. What is this for anyway? Resources we've gathered. Okay. Okay, we're gonna return to the city though. There's no way I'm gonna survive like 3 more levels. It's like, no, 1, 2, 3, 4 more levels. Really struggle with that boss. So, oh, you can zoom out. Yeah, because you can't go back. Okay, yeah, let's return. Rest and oh, you can investigate each action, but only do one of them. What? See, that doesn't even make any sense. You can investigate each action, but can only do one of them. Why don't they just say, choose one? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we can investigate each action. We're investigating it now. We can either rest, dismantle a card, or return to Nadir. So yeah, it's just like really weird description there. So we're just gonna, are you sure when you list progress, current run, but you'll keep the resources? Yes. So maybe we need to let this game like get patched a couple of times before we come back to it, and I'll keep track of that that post about the stealth mechanics, you know, and see if the developer actually responded to that. I'm gonna go from there. Yeah, I mean the game is pretty good, but you know, just notice a couple of weird rules and maybe things that were just not explained properly, or maybe, like I said, I'm not even sure if those things are supposed to be like features or they're bugs. So, and that guy actually put it really. He brought the concern up already, and he wrote that, you know, in really nice, clear details about the problem, the confusion. So exactly the problem that I'm having with the game. So we'll see if the concern actually, if it gets addressed by the developer. Seems like the developer is active. I saw the responses from the developer. So the blood of your enemies will nourish your undead skin, well, body, well, what's left of it. Heals your character by 10 when advancing to a circle. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay. Yeah, it's a cool game. We just need some clarifications.